Mr. Hargrave here, coming to you live on Twitch tonight. We got this right here, Maria Hill, selling her again for $100. That's what this is, people. Don't be fooled by these cores down here. If you add this up, it's a $100 offer. And thankfully, people in the community are starting to realize that this is a total ripoff. I do not see the people buying this that we're buying Moondragon. Maybe it's because they don't have faith that the team's going to be that useful. Maybe because they don't want her right now. I don't know. Maybe because they finally wised up and realized that this is a total ripoff and unacceptable. I got a friend of mine here to talk to me about it. You all know him. His name is Genome. Here we go. Hey, Genome, say hi to everybody.
Greetings, Gravediggers. Good to see everyone tonight. Thank you for putting up with my 30 minutes of straight Valley Girl.
That was a good time. I don't know what you're talking about. What was going on? Did I miss something?
I don't know. Nah, something behind the curtain. Never you mind.
We got a raid from Mobile Gamer tonight. We got 151 people in the house.
I know, they came. They saw.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yes, it's been fun already, and the night just started. So wow, that's some pretty good content you didn't see there, wasn't it?
I'll have to take your word for it. Maybe I can check it out later. So, what do you think about this Maria Hill build? Have you unlocked her?
No.
No. Such a good deal, though.
I should be buying those $100 power core deals to get her open quickly, but
oh yeah, those are good deals.
Tell me not to do it. I'm not sure what it is.
Those are good deals. You haven't. That guy Zemo is always telling people to buy those unlimited times.
Yeah, he would have bought her at least thrice, but
thrice or more. Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about right here, this is interesting. Like, did you always know this was here? Did you kind of understand like what that is?
About a year and a half in the game, I think I saw some content creator point it out, and then but I never knew because I don't buy things in this game anyway. So
yeah, I mean,
I had no idea.
I'm kind of like an explorer when it comes to this stuff. Like I click every tab, try to find like every little secret that I can. So I found out about this really early, but it didn't really click to me like what it meant and what it means really, because you can do anything you want with cores in the game. And what it means is that anyone who has enough money where this isn't an object can get anything. So a lot of people like to complain about, oh, this, that, or the other, or, oh, these people got this before this person, or yeah, people unlocking someone early for this or that. They just bought it. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it, but you know, like it's kind of weird that there's so much drama about that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you can get comfortable with the fact that it's pay to win,
yeah,
or pay to be first. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't really bother me any because I'm not going to be fighting these guys anyway, except for maybe an RTA. But I couldn't even fathom spending this much money on any character, let alone Maria Hill, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, this thing is so crazy. So what all you're doing, and I'm so glad that my plan tonight was to come out here and watch some videos of people that unlocked her. But thankfully, those videos aren't really around. I didn't really see them when I checked, because people really aren't doing it. I think they learned their lesson because everyone was doing it for Moondragon, and it was like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like 2 weeks jump. It was kind of like the content creator special. It's like if you want to make some videos about this character that nobody else can get, and pay double for her right now, because it's gonna be the same amount of shards for $50 in like a week or two, right?
Yep, I think it's a week. So.
Yeah, in like a week. People thought she would drop today, actually. She didn't drop today. What did drop today were these red stars. We're back up to the boosting the dark credits again.
Yay, finally, we can get Ultron to 3 for those of us who don't have them there yet.
I got them there. I'm actually going to go ahead
and... When they boost
them
to 4, it's going to be soon, right?
I don't know. I don't think that's been data mined. I don't think anybody's really talking about that, but I'm sure it'll happen soon enough.
That's when he'll start turning the corner. When he gets about 4 and 5 stars, it's going to be a whole different ballgame with him then.
Yeah, true that. So yeah, right now, people ask me, like, when do you open these now? I open them when the dark credits are boosted. I already have Ultron at 3 red. But since you can build these up to 2,000 now, I figure I'll build them up to 2,000 and then just kind of hold them.
But you can always boost Ultimus if you get bored with your credits.
I don't think I would ever do that. I know some people have, and maybe if you have that Krelane, but even then, I would rather invest into Phylavel over Ultimus. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey,
But
congratulations, Tam Matt. He just unlocked Symbiote Spider-Man.
all right, yeah, the orb got updated today. We got the Milestone orb, or the is it Milestone orb too?
Did
Yeah,
they update that today?
they did. They did update that. That we have new milestones today. I'm not as pleased about that as I wanted to be.
They did the premium orb, what, yesterday or day before, right? So I didn't know they did the milestone one today.
Yeah, they totally took away the old. They kind of did it a little fast, I think. I don't know if people got caught without opening those. Maybe somebody here in the chat, I don't know if they got caught without opening.
Not about 100 of them myself.
They're gone right now. So you got,
We'll see.
you just, oh, that sucks. You know, I almost suspect that people are going to complain about that because it was so sudden. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back for enough time for you to open them.
Yeah, I know, because before they used to give you an email warning, but I don't remember getting one of those. Did they send that out?
They said they would go away soon, but they were like, we'll give you a date. And then they just like pulled them.
They're gonna have to give some compensation or something.
I would think so.
Just give me like 100 Symbiote Spider-Man Shards. We'll call it even or something. But
That'll be good. That'll be good.
he's at 6 red for me and 6 stars, so I'm happy with it. I don't care that much, but
So yeah, I think I'm displaying right now why red stars aren't the basic red star orbs aren't that great. I mean, we're not really pulling anything amazing here. Most of it's 1 and 2s, 4s. What we're getting here though are I mean, there was a good pull. I know some people would have liked that one quite a bit. But what you're mainly doing is getting elite credits, and you're saving these elite credits. And so when new characters come out, I always have elite orbs. And that's what I use on new characters instead of using the basics to try to pull like 1 or 2. Because 1 or 2 red stars isn't anything anyways.
yeah, it was funny. This time I pulled 5 reds for Sam out of a basic, and then I went over and pulled my elite and pulled 6 on him. So
Yeah, I always start with the biggest ones and then work my way down. But I just save these for the dark credits at this point.
I've been very lucky with basic red star orbs. I pulled 2 7 reds out of basic reds. I've never pulled a 7 off a elite, but
And yeah, so what they have now is now we have a Milestone 2 orb that's just entirely replaced. The Milestone 1 orb is entirely gone. So if you had any of those, they're just annihilated now, which sucks. And about the only thing good about this is that there are more characters that are unfarmable in here, like Bishop and a couple others here. Kitty Pryde, Longshot, some rare characters, some War Store characters. So this was in bad need of an update. The old Milestone orb was pretty horrible, especially for veteran players. You got a White Tiger and Moon Knight in here. I mean, all this is going to become redundant after a bit, like after all these characters become farmable, which will happen. But the main thing you're doing, of course, is getting Emma. So this is great for new players who have no way to get Emma. Now you at least have a way, albeit at very low odds.
it is there. It's still there. They just moved it up. I just checked it.
You got it? Okay, all right.
Yeah. So
Well,
they're
that's
still
great.
there. I still only got 85 of them. So
Oh, good. Why don't I guess because I don't have any, they removed mine.
it says next to the Legacy 2 orb. Mine
Oh,
was.
there
I'm
they
sure.
are. There they are. They're hidden up there. Oh, I'm
just
500
moved it
short of the next one.
Why they were
Well, that's good.
I have no idea.
All right, I'm glad that it was just moved up and not entirely gone. Thank you, Tacos. I see you down there. I appreciate that. Okay, so
Or TankRizzo. Did you see his comment there?
no, what did Tank say?
He said he got excited when he pulled 7 reds on Miles, thinking it was Symbiote Spider-Man when he first looked at it.
Nice. All right, so this is the thing that was upsetting to me is we did update the gold milestone, but we still we stopped giving cores out at 1 million still. So I was hoping that they would kind of give you good rewards up to like 2 million, but they don't. And in fact, the rewards down here at the bottom, if you want to go to like 4 million a day, get really, really awful. Like 3
There's
purple training mats,
Why do they always do that on the last milestone? I don't get that.
2,000 ions.
They do it in the events too. It makes no sense to me. It's like maybe they just want you to stop so you don't complain about spending all your gold. Or
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, that's I get they don't want to incentivize you to go there. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to 4 million. I think that'd be way too much a day.
Mm-hmm.
But they should totally incentivize up to the new kind of daily, because if they're eventually going to give you an extra 250K a day in gold. Right now you get about 1 million, give or take, depending on your level in the game. So I think it's very weird that they don't at least incentivize to the next level. And I mean, these Milestone 2 orbs are kind of good right now, but as soon as you get those characters maxed out, they're going to be in the same spot that the Milestone orbs were in, where it's not very exciting.
So you're interested in Marvel Strike Force,
always
but
look
you
good.
aren't sure what it is or why you should play.
So you're interested in Marvel Strike Force, but you're not sure what it is or why you should play. Really?
Totally.
Why, how would you get to that point? Like, I don't even get that. That's a weird thing to say.
They might as well just open up with saying, "You're looking for the Marvel IP, right? Well, we have a game." So that
You saw the Marvel logo and wanted to click a video.
In this series of videos, we're going to show you how to master the game with tips and tricks from the experts. But first, let's take a look at the different game modes and see what you can expect. It doesn't matter if your
Iron Man.
favorite is Spider-Man or Captain
Oh no, this hasn't aged well at all. It doesn't matter if your favorite character is Spider-Man. Well, we got bad news for you these days.
America, Wolverine or Hulk, or even
God damn.
They're talking about all the free characters now.
They just rock all the hits, man. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk, all trashed here.
Iron Man. You get to see them
Oh, Iron Man too. Come on, Marvel Strike Force. I think it's time to redo this video.
Wow.
Ouch.
all in this game, along with dozens
They're
of
fighting
other
the tree.
characters from the pages of Marvel. Marvel
Yo, that screenshot this wasn't at the beginning. I mean, they got Miss Marvel here. They had Captain Marvel. This was long after all those characters sucked. They've just been lying about this for a long time.
That last screen was glorious, though. You see, that wasn't a red star to be seen. It was beautiful.
This is before Red Stars.
Marvel Strike Force is
Before
a
the dark
strategy
times,
role-playing
before the
game where the
Empire.
superheroes and villains of the Marvel Universe must join forces against Ultimus. He basically wants to rule the multiverse, and it's your job to stop him.
Yo, that's interesting. I don't think we talked about it. I was talking about it with the chat, but I like how they're still dodging the thing where Ultimus is actually taking alternate versions of the characters, mind controlling them, and then having them fight to the death.
Yeah, I know. Just mowing them down left and right. Not knocking them
Right.
out. They're killing them.
And once again, I feel like this is aimed a little bit too much at children. Like, it's not quite aimed at the audience that actually plays it, which is kind of a weird disconnect. They have always kind of done that, which is just strange to me.
Did Hulk explode there? Look at that.
Oh, yeah, this is a good point.
Or
Eric
is he-
Bischoff
He's
says...
Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, what is going on with Hulk? These animations, yeah, you will actually never see these. This is not in the game. This is nowhere in the game. Total misrepresentation.
As you fight back against Ultimus, you'll unlock more than 80 legendary heroes and villains to
Okay, so this is back when they only had 80, and now we have 171. So it was quite some time ago. Yet, those characters did suck that they were mentioning.
add to your roster. Then you get to power up these characters.
Don't power up Iron Man. What are you doing? And, whoa, this Iron Man is yoked. He put all the T4s on him. What?
He's gonna be a killing machine. All the T4s at 45,000 pounds. Isn't that something? Boy, the game has changed.
What the hell is this?
Oh my gosh. Eric Bischoff, you took time off from running WCW to come in and chat. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
This is some serious investment. So you could go tier 14 still? I mean, this is before it wasn't like available readily, but you could tier 14. Oh my God.
Including his basic. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, tier 4 everything.
and make them even stronger by crafting gear, training them, and earning awesome new abilities. Basically, you help them become as strong as they are in the comics.
Ooh, except for like Wolverine and Iron Man.
As strong as they are in the comics. Lord have mercy.
Or stronger in the case of like Colleen Wing. In the case of Heroes for Hire, you can make them fucking badass. Way more than they ever were in the actual comics. So isn't that cool? They can beat the fucking Black Order, man. They can take down Thanos with all of his stones. They don't give a fuck.
True.
As the war spreads across
That's
realities,
hilarious, man.
all bets are off. Spider-Man might fight himself, or face evil
To the death.
Yeah, Peter
Full
Parker, he's
versions
a
of the
killer, all right, in the
Avengers.
comics.
You
That's
might
what he
even
usually
come
does
up
with his
against an
enemies.
entire army of Star-Lords.
And kill them all. I know it's not graphic, but they totally are killing them.
You get to command the heroes and villains and stop Ultimus's plan. If you love Marvel storylines, you're going to want to first check out the
You're gonna not want to
like
play
the
this
old,
game.
Oh no, it's kind of like the old Mortal Kombat game port over in the Super NES.
Yeah.
They didn't have the blood; it was like grayed out instead of red, so it was totally okay.
So, what do you think about this claim that if you like the Marvel comics, you're gonna love the story? You're more of an avid comic reader than I am. What do you think of the writing in this game? Is it juicy?
Oh man, it's super juicy. Smash burger juicy here. It's amazing, gripping stuff. It keeps me awake at night thinking about like the new maxis are going to come out for this one and the trades. I'm sure. Oh my gosh. When's the last time, honestly, between me and you, when's the last time you've actually read any of that dialogue? I don't think I've read it since the first year.
Yeah, it's really rough. I slowed down during the last campaign to check it out, and Mr. Sinister was like talking about the other Mr. Sinisters. He was like, "I'm Mr. Sinister, and boy, you had to fight a lot of other Mr. Sinisters to like get to." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. This is too weird."
It's like they're writing it like a YA novel, man. It's like this is not for like 12-year-olds and stuff. Really, this is people with wallets and older people.
Yeah,
They're
the
playing this
writing.
game.
The writing is totally aimed at like tweens at best. And like even my daughter, I mean, my daughter reads the dialogue sometimes when we're playing, or like, especially the blogs are written kind of the same way that the game is, where it's like these awful jokes and this like way that they kind of condescend and talk, you know, like you're a tween or something. And she's like, and she's 12. She's like, this is like really lowbrow, Dad. Like these jokes are really low. This is not funny. Awful. And yeah,
I used to stream Hearthstone some, and they would do the same thing with like the PR events for that game. It was so cringe-inducing, and there's no kids playing that game.
well, here's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any of these games that are heavy with microtransactions, children should not be playing them. So, you know, they need to knock this off.
It's totally okay though. They're not loot boxes.
Ah, there's a cat.
Yeah, excuse me. I got a visitor here. The daughter's cat seems to have escaped.
Nice.
Say hi, Orange.
Hi,
All
cat.
right. Only 86 the cat. Be right back. You are trouble.
Gotta wait for Genome because the next thing I was going to say was relevant to Genome. Did you hate that? I don't know. He's not going to go do anything to the cat. The cat's going to be fine. That cat is a professional. I think that cat helps edit the videos. That was Goose. You're absolutely right, Life Woos. Absolutely juicy. All right, Genome's back. And he's back.
Sorry, you never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I know. All right, so what I was going to say to you was this. What I find interesting about when they rep for the writing on this game, which I've seen them do now, they're doing it in the past, and they just did it recently, and they do it all the time. And, you know, I wouldn't expect them to actually, like, cut the crap and be like, our writing's really good. But their writing is, like, serviceable at best. But what's insulting to me, and what's probably insulting to you, I would imagine, because you read more comics than I do, is when they are saying that their writing is as good as the other Marvel comics, aren't they really just downgrading some of like the best writers that have written ever? And they're going to say, "Oh yeah, our writers are around the level of like, you know, I mean, who are your favorite comic book writers that they would be insulting basically whenever they talk this way?"
Well, like Mark Grunwald. I mean, you can go like Alan Moore. Like I said, the aforementioned John Byrne, the Simonson couple of old. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And for them to say something like that is disingenuous. Thy name is Scopely. You know, it's like, it's just, how can you, how dare you? You know, to quote the vernacular that's popular now, how dare you?
Yeah.
so pathetic. I mean, now if they go by modern comics, yeah, I guess they're writing just as good as modern comics are, but it's so pitiful, man.
I am positive modern comics are of a higher quality than the writing in this game. Although I'm sure some are on par with it.
It's I mean, I've never seen him say that, but the hubris of such a statement, it's like, do you really think that about yourself?
Well, they
you honestly do, man.
They just said it. They just said it in the video. They said that this writing in the game is just like in the comics. They said we got the same writing that you're enjoying from the comics. It's right in this game.
Yes, because in the comics, like Calling Wing usually takes out Thanos very easily.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean,
The
you
game's
can't
campaign.
you can't give the true power levels of the characters in a game like this. It would be ridiculous. But still,
But I think
some semblance of reality here. You know,
You know what they could do to improve the writing in the game and maybe make that claim actually true is they could hire one of the writers from Marvel Comics to actually write the story that's in the game. Like, would that be horrible? They make $300 billion a year. And if they really want to go on about how great their writing is, instead of having like an intern do it or whoever the hell they hired to do it, they could hire.
what it is, dude.
Yeah, they could hire an actual comic book writer, and then they could be like, and the story is by the new hottest, guy down at Marvel that writes this great story, and that'd be great.
I mean, we just covered this book. It was kind of run-of-the-mill book a couple weeks ago on my channel, and it's like just this one issue of an old Captain America would blow away anything these guys can do. And this wasn't even a top-end writer or anything like that. So for them to come out and make such a facetious, shall we say, statement, it's just it has to be tongue-in-cheek, like Eric's saying there. I mean, they can't really believe their own press, can they?
No,
I read it.
I mean, I don't think it was. I mean, we all sat through Cerebro last Friday, and he sat there and he was like, "This story's really good. This is really good." And he wasn't like, sarcastic at all. At least I don't think so. I mean, and here's their own material. It's a little old, but man, they really believe that their writing was top notch, and it's not. And it's obvious to anybody that's ever played the game. And it's also obvious that it would cost them like such a nominal amount to get any legit comic book writer to come in here and do the story. That's just crazy. And they could have that nerd cred instead of just the paint, the coat of paint that they have, which is all they really have from the Marvel Universe here is a coat of paint.
I mean, it's not like they're paying their developers that great, right? And they only have one community manager, so
let me show you something that bothered me.
There's lots of starving ones out there.
I hate to break away from the reaction, but I do have something I want to remember to show you real fast. Something that kind of bugged me. It's with Colleen. Is it? Yeah, it's Colleen. No, it's White Tiger. Sorry, it's White Tiger. White Tiger has it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but sometimes they get cute with the ability names, right?
Oh, she had like the play on the Survivor song, right?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why is there a dad joke on White Tiger? Like, I know it's funny. Hey, nobody knows who White Tiger is, but this like shows like such ignorance of the Marvel universe and such an unwillingness to care. Like, I have the tiger's thrill of the fight. I know it's like a small thing, but to me, it was like, this is total bullshit. Like, why the fuck? Because she has a history. She's a character who's had, I mean, how long has she been around for? At least 10 years, right?
I don't know. I never really read her before, to be honest with you.
But
I really wasn't into like
Yeah.
Iron Fist and all them. So, but
yeah, I mean, I can't say I know it in depth either, but she was on one of the cartoon shows, Ultimate Spider-Man. She was like part of his crew. So I know her from that, and I know that she has I got more backstory out of that than I'd ever get out of this. And I know that she has nothing to do with that Survivor song other than that her name is White Tiger. This is not good writing. This is not
morally bankrupt and bereft of creativity, I believe, is part of that. So.
Yeah, this is really it's like something the developer put in like as a joke for the development team, and then they're like, "Fuck it, we'll keep it."
I think it's like they're probably trying to be like all Guardians of the Galaxy kind of retro here, you know?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I don't know. It's just it struck me as really lazy. It's probably the one thing in the writing that I would point to where they just don't give a shit is something like that, where she has all these mystical powers and things that you could call this. Because some of the abilities are good. Like I like Coulson. And, you know, White Tiger's a newer character, so maybe it's more that they're phoning it in now more than they used to. But if you look at Coulson, you know, like his abilities, they revive him, right? We all get that. A lot of the abilities were tied into the character lore, and I care about that more than like the story that plays. Yeah, the Night gun that comes directly from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's what they called the gun on the show, so that's really cool. The EMP punch, man, I hope that comes from the comics. I don't know, I'm just kind of assuming, but he hasn't had any kind of EMP abilities like on the TV show, but maybe that. Yeah, there we go.
Counterintuitive for a guy with a robotic hand.
Yeah, who knows? Tacos just let us know that White Tiger came out in 1975. So 1975.
Was she in Shang-Chi stuff?
Probably.
Or, Iron Fist and Power Man and all that good stuff.
Probably.
Heroes for Hire, probably.
But yeah, I mean, the point is you have a character that's been around for that long that has lore that dates back to 1975, and the best you can do is make like a shitty joke and stick that in her kit. Like,
and if you go into the character screen too and go in their stats area where it gives you this tiny little blurb about them,
yeah,
they could actually write a paragraph or something there about the character, telling a little bit of backstory about it.
No. They're doing that more now for the costumes. The costumes are getting better write-ups than here.
That's something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, I think it speaks towards the disrespect that they have for the source material, which is funny that they have this respect for the source material when if you look at the game, they don't. It's just like total bullshit.
Send Marvel's mightiest heroes into battle and heroes assemble, or follow the villains campaign and see how the bad guys fare on their own. Combine your strongest mystics to track down a powerful artifact, or even explore the galaxy with your cosmic characters.
Like things that you don't actually get. It almost sounds like you get these items. Like it's like misrepresentation. But that's all right.
They also don't tell you how hard the villains campaign is for new people either.
Yeah, right. Get your ass.
We're gonna give you
you.
crappy villain characters to start with, and you're gonna have a heck of a time unless you spend money.
They still don't want to give you any villain characters. I don't know what's up with that. We've been going through a villain drought.
In like a year since they released a villain, hadn't it?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Valgrath has given us some Black Tiger history. Yeah, the Jade Tiger amulets. So she has this Jade Tiger amulet that we could talk about instead of the fucking... the amulet is like on her belt. It actually is on her character model. I just don't think it's referenced in her kit at all, which is weird because you should. It's like how her powers work is like through the amulet, but I don't know. They want to make jokes instead.
Combine the Earth's mightiest heroes with the Guardians of the Galaxy and even the Ninjas of the Hand. Have you always wanted to see Venom fight alongside Deadpool and Iron Man? What's your ultimate what-if team? Maybe you want to...
Oh, man. Now they're like talking about theory craft that you can't do it all.
Yeah, no.
Eek.
Didn't know Red Skull was in the game back then either.
I mean, I'll give him this, that back when that happened, we weren't quite into the cookie cutter teams that we are into now. This was before Red Stars, and I think before Red Stars, that was the sell of the game, is that you could make whatever you wanted to make and kind of use it, and it was okay. It's sad that that's gone. I'd like to see that come back. We almost had it for a bit. We had Silver Surfer, we had Kestrel, standalone characters that you could kind of add into things, Doom, but now we're right back to it.
Yeah, it was over once Shield released, really. Between Shield and Brotherhood, that just kind of spelled the death knell for a lot of creative teams, you know?
True,
if you want to be competitive at the top.
Yeah. So you can dick around. You can use whatever characters you want until you're hooked, and then you need to do what they tell you to.
Pit your strongest team against other players. Blitz mode is where you get to see how your roster fares against others in battles for loads of sweet bonus loot. Or just head for the arena where you put forward your best team and rise up the leaderboard against other players. Not much of a competitor? That's alright. You prefer to cooperate, and we totally get that. Marvel's greatest sagas have always been about teamwork, so you can join it.
Wow, they used to rep this. That's crazy because now they've taken a turn and they're like, you want to be competitive as fuck? You want to play war? Like back in the day, they were like, yeah, that's okay. You don't want to be competitive? You can just have friends. I miss this game. I like this game.
Simpler times.
This is what sold me on the game. I'm like, yeah, I just want to play with my friends. I don't want to be a dick.
An alliance and work
Until we
together
max
to complete
Iron Man.
epic raid missions. Don't worry if you're new to the game. Whatever level of experience you are, there's a raid you can join in exchange for more free loot and rare character shards. And for the
They
ultimate
run that
challenge,
raid.
Ooh, they do soft pedal on how raids are though. Like no one really talks in these beginners guides. I definitely not from this. Are they going to talk about all the shit you have to do to get an alliance on Discord and coordinate? It's like such a pain in the ass to this day. It's amazing that is the way it is. Like I guess they just copy and pasted that from the other Hero Collector games. Like I think every game has that aspect, and you can't run a raid with the in-game tools, which is nuts. Like how can you have a game mode that totally relies upon an external program to run it that's not affiliated with you at all? It's weird.
Even like games like Final Fantasy XI back in 2001 finally instituted like raid chat. Like, but it was built into the client, you know? You didn't have to go to Discord or any other things to coordinate. You could do it online. It was as clunky, but it was still in game.
Yeah, there should just be some kind of I don't know how this gets away without having any kind of in-game tool to coordinate raids better than what we have. Like even just being able to map out lanes or something basic. But nope.
Oh, boy, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, right.
Lane assignments and all that, and you know.
That would be something I would want from like a quality of life aspect that we should have after 3 years. You would think. You'd think you'd have that after like 6 months of the raids being a thing.
At this point, I'd be happy with an auto basic button, but you can't ask for everything, right?
Right. But anything. Oh my God.
tackle the regular Alliance War battles. These happen 3 times a week and pit every.
Oh, this might have been just when Alliance War launched. So we I didn't remember back that far. So Alliance War launched before Red Stars? Or maybe their account just had no Red Stars.
I don't remember which came first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, chicken or the egg, right?
Been a
Everyone's
while.
entire roster against a rival alliance. The twist is that each character can only be used once, and you'll have to strike a balance between defending rooms on your helicarrier and attacking enemy squads without using up.
This might have even been before the feature launch. They might have been showing this off. Because it looks like it's not even in practice right now. No one's in the rooms. I don't know.
Your best fighters too soon. Victory has its rewards though. Bonus gold as well as war credits for buying character shards, supplies, and opening the new war orbs. There's so much to do, even in a short
Opening the new loot boxes.
span. So whether you're into
at that
RPGs,
War Machine
competitive
on the
games, or
campaigns
you're
there,
just a
wow,
big Marvel
it is
fan,
old.
Strike Force has something for you.
You know what I found funny? Like Crossbones is still like the character for the event. He's like the default event character. Did you notice that? That kind of cracked me up the other day.
For new character or new players, that is new accounts, he's always up there too on the events.
So
Him
weird.
and,
Because he was there for me. I'm like, man, they haven't bothered to update that in like 3 years. There's still this picture of Crossbones. It's like he's not even a character anymore. What the hell?
I hope they give Crossbones at least an alternate costume because I like his original one from the comics much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
As for Ultimates in
Actually,
this
I
universe,
happen to have one right here
well,
too, believe it or not.
as the
It's
commander,
about
that's
life
up to
hell,
you
but
how you
still,
want to plan
still
the attack.
Crossbones.
Nice. Yeah, that is cool.
He's
I would go. I would play for free to unlock that, and then not use it because I don't use Crossbones.
Just bring him back into glory. Oh, he's like one of my favorite characters too. But
Yeah, it would be. It would be nice if he would be useful. If he could actually make a spot in the
he
team.
used to be legit, but
He was meta. He was meta back in the day.
Check out the other videos in this series as we tell you more about Marvel Strike Force and how to master it.
All right, so that was the overview. Now we're gonna learn how to master it.
let's master this thing.
Yeah, how to get
Iron
daily
Man.
rewards. Wow, we need a
Welcome
3-minute
back
video
to
on
Marvel
this.
Strike Force 101. All right, so you've started playing the game, you understand the story behind
You're
it.
totally getting
and now
addicted.
You want to know how to start building up resources to put together a powerful team. But how? Now that we have set the stage, let's talk about all of the valuable loot you can get in the game. There are loads of items and rewards to collect in Marvel Strike Force. Some will help make your roster of heroes and villains stronger, while others will...
You're going to have to log in every day like it's your job. Is that what I'm gathering here?
will give you more
and
gold
during
to
your
spend
job if
or
you
energy
actually happen to
get
work.
back into the battle sooner. All of them are vital in getting you and your fighting force up to full power, so let's dig into what you can get. There are
Lunar
8
orbs,
main
nice.
types of loot that you can earn. First up are character shards, which are used to unlock new heroes and villains, as well as increasing their star level to make them more powerful.
There's that
and
damn Iron
grant
Man
access
again.
to higher levels of certain game modes. Speaking of power cores work
They show
like
the one guy you
multi-purpose
can't actually
currency.
unlock with daily
They can
rewards
refill
too.
your
That's kind of
energy reserves
interesting.
to keep fighting and can be traded for supplies too. Training modules are needed to level up your heroes and may require an additional cost, including gold. Ability materials, which come in several colors, will power up basic and special attacks. Catalysts are among the most important type of gear, since they're required across all heroes and villains.
Oh, they're a goddamn bottleneck is what they are. They're very important. You'll want these. These will be what you desire most, are catalysts.
You'll also need to stock up on health packs and blitz charges to heal between raid missions and keep tackling blitz battles. It may sound like a lot, but don't worry, you're going to get plenty of these just by completing your daily objectives. Each new day refreshes your missions and the daily objectives. We're going to have another video that will provide specific information on how to get the most out of these, but the short version is that they're easy to complete and they'll encourage you to check out everything.
You gotta be making this video for a child, because who wouldn't understand how daily objectives work? Like, I don't even get it. What?
You can do in the
It's just-
game.
they're trying to
When
make
you
it sound
fire up
more
Marvel Strike
depth,
Force
like
for
there's
the
more
first
depth than there
time
actually
each
is here,
day,
you know?
You're gonna get your daily rewards right off the bat. You'll earn these across weekly and monthly calendars, so don't skip a day, or you might miss out on the big payoff at the end of the week or the month. There are
There's
also
some FOMO
regular
already
special
in there.
rewards that are often
Yeah, just reinforcing that, huh? Even in this video for people who are just starting, it's don't miss a day. Don't miss a day.
tied to specific characters or in-game events. Don't panic if you accidentally skip the daily rewards screen without claiming them. They'll be added to your account either way.
Unless it's a strike pass, then it won't be. Isn't that lovely? Did you ever catch that? I know Mobile Gamer likes to go on about that, how if you don't collect your strike pass on the last day before it flips over, you don't get it. The last reward that you worked so hard to get, you can actually miss.
Don't forget to mention raid milestones too.
Raid milestones too, yeah, the Silver Surfers. Yeah. So your daily objectives will apparently automatically collect for you, but not the raid milestones or the strike pass, which is crazy. It's crazy. Why not?
Part of your daily play should be completing all of the daily challenges. These follow a rotating daily schedule, and each gives you 3 chances to earn hefty amounts of specific materials. Sunday is extra special because that's when you get to tackle all 6 challenges in one go and really replenish your stock. Each challenge takes the form of a battle and often features unique conditions at higher tiers.
Each challenge looks exactly like everything else in the game.
No, and they don't mention there's that little auto button up there that you're going to be hitting every single time after you beat this 3 stars.
Oh my
You'll
god.
never see those fights again.
So crazy.
Be sure to
still not
check the
fast enough.
requirements of each challenge to make sure you have the perfect team ready for each one. Quick tip though, if you've already got 3 stars on a challenge, you can use some of your extra tickets to jump straight to the rewards. If you complete all 11 objectives per day, you're gonna get 5 Wolverine
almost
stars.
nonsensical.
And once you've seen his primal berserker attack slice through the enemy,
Oh, don't
you'll
rep-
understand
don't
why
rep
he's
for
essential to not
Wolverine.
only the X-Men, but your
He's
Strike Force
so
roster as well.
useless.
To get the most out of your Strike Force loot, let me
Was Wolverine ever good?
Even after his rework, that might be the worst rework ever. Actually, is with him because most of the characters after reworks found some play.
Yeah,
He was just
Wolverine
useless on X-Men.
never good. Never had a day. Never once. I can't
At
believe
least he's
it.
still in the Mega Orb, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let me show you these slick orbs. These charged spheres contain
Let me show you these slick loot orbs.
Make sure to save up orb fragments to unlock them. These are earned through campaign missions, blitz battles, alliance raids, and special events, and they quickly add up to more free gear, gold, and bonus loot. You'll also
By
get
the way,
a basic
Bogo,
orb
by
every
the way.
3.5 hours for free,
all the gifted
containing
subs.
some character shards and crafting gear.
Hail
The
Bogo.
game will stack up to 2 of them for your next login. The more you play, the more free stuff you'll receive. Even if you're
So
just
never
logging
stop
in to
playing.
do your dailies, building your Marvel Dream Team has never been easier. If you're looking for even more tips and tricks, then like and subscribe for more of our video guides. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Oh, man. Download for free.
And then play every day from the very start. You're not going
Don't
to
miss
miss
a
one
day.
day.
Oh, daily objectives. How to unlock Wolverine and Hulk, because
Welcome to
that's
Marvel
super
Strike
important.
Force. Today we're going to show you how to unlock two of
Oh
Marvel's
my God.
strongest and coolest characters, Wolverine and Hulk. And we're also going to show you how to get them to max power. Sit back,
Oh, yeah.
because we're using
'Cause that's
We
so
also
hard to
mentioned how
figure
they keep
out.
giving you
Add these
shards
heroes
well
to
after
your
you've maxed them.
Wolverine and Hulk have known each other since the beginning.
Oh, look,
starting
they know a
with
comic.
Hulk number 181. The super tough twosome have an iconic history together in the
Someone
original
wall-backed
Marvel
it.
comics.
Nice.
With Wolverine's first appearance coming not as a member of the X-Men, but in the pages of the Incredible Hulk, as an agent of the Canadian government sent to take down Bruce Banner's rampaging alter ego. This is a great way to include both of the meanest, toughest heroes in the Marvel Universe as essential additions to your Strike Force lineup. Both of these guys can take a ton of damage and return the favor in kind, making them rather useful for beating even the toughest foes.
Not useful.
So, how do you unlock these guys?
Who cares?
Well, let's start with Wolverine.
It'll
The only way
actually
to unlock
automatically
character shards
happen.
needed to unlock the Adamantium Enhanced Brawler is through Marvel Strike Force's daily objectives. This is a list of 11 tasks that are simple to complete and remain the same every day, so you'll always know what you need to do. You can also refer to these as dailies. Just make sure
Oh,
that
can
each
I?
day you play at least 2 arena battles and 2 blitz battles. You'll also
I
need
can
to
refer to
purchase
those
these
as dailies.
supplies using your gold or power cores, but these don't need to be expensive. There are always 3 items priced at just 2,500 gold in the supply store, and stockpiling these will also
That's a
help you with
feature.
another daily objective.
It's a
That's
feature.
because equipping a gear item on a character and leveling a character
Oh, they
are
finally
2
put
more
that gear
daily
piece on
objectives
Iron
that are
Man.
easily met. These don't have to be high level, so scroll down your roster and you're sure to find some lower level characters who have equipment slots ready to be filled with items you already own. and
They
have
finally
plenty of
removed that
extra
one.
supply.
Yeah, Genome couldn't
Look
handle
for
it
the
anymore.
bright green cross. That means you're ready to equip straight away as opposed to needing to forge gear from parts. The same is true of leveling up. You can meet the objective just by taking a new character from level 1 to level 2, which costs minimal training modules and gold to do this. The remaining objectives are just as streamlined. Whenever you beat a campaign mission with a 3-star rating, you can quickly auto-win that mission from that point on. Do this 3 times to meet 1 daily objective, and it's also a quick way of meeting the other objectives for playing 3 heroes and villains missions, and playing 10 campaign missions in total. Basically, you get to save time if you've 3-starred a battle before. You also need to open 2 orbs, and if you're logging into the game for the first time that day, there should be 2 free basic orbs just waiting for you to
So like reading people shit that's in game is like a tradition with this game. Like they set the tone for this. Like you can get a lot of views on YouTube if you just fucking open this shit up and just read the game to people. That's like totally content. They're like, all right guys, this is how you do it. If you want to make some Marvel Strike Force videos, just fucking read shit to people.
Then people
cool.
writing the storylines for this game.
It's cool. That's cool. I'm glad they set that tone right from the start. That's really helped us out. That's really been great.
Buy
There
it in
it
True
is.
Believers, people. You can read it too.
Nice.
All its glorious goodness.
Nice. Now that's got writing that's almost as good as what's in the game, right?
Almost.
Almost.
But it's not as witty or tongue-in-cheek.
Jesus Christ.
to tap them and unleash the goodies within. Then it's just a matter of playing 2 daily challenges, and you should be doing that anyway, because who doesn't like free stuff? You can auto
Yeah,
win these
you
as
should be
well,
like a
which
total
saves
slave
time
to
if
this
you're
game. It's
impatient.
cool.
Complete all these daily objectives, and along with the rest of your rewards, you're going to get 5 Wolverine shards. It takes 45 of these shards to unlock him, so you're only looking at 9 days before you can add him to your roster. But that's only the beginning. Keep on adding those shards every day to keep powering him up until he hits 7 stars. Luckily,
reasons.
this doesn't change, so it's super simple. Because of his self-healing factor, Wolverine can be quite formidable in Arena early on in your progression.
No.
You can feel safe investing gear and resources into him, as he can also be used
What?
in late game special
What?
events.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Whoa. So we got a fully maxed Wolverine at level 26. This isn't even possible. This is just a...
Well, pre-Red Star, but even pre-Red Stars. Yeah, that is.
It's
'cause
not
those don't even open
possible.
up. The
It's
T4,
not.
he probably maxed probably at level 3, probably. At
Yeah.
level 26.
But you have to be in like level 60 or level 70 to max all those.
And he's gear tier 13, too.
Yeah. So this is bullshit. Like, and it's like crazy that what the guy's saying. He's like, you can feel free to throw all your fucking gear into Wolverine. Holy shit. You could never feel free to throw all your gear into I think what the fuck? My Wolverine is like tier 12 or something.
I like how you turn him to the side too, make him look really dynamic and vicious there.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got to find out where the hell here, go back to this. Hold on.
You get him free, so he has to be strong, right?
Holy shit. I just can't believe that they don't need to say that. You don't need to say it that way. It's like when just like the other day, I mean, like, you know, you could say this is like some old shit to get upset about, and maybe it is, but they haven't really changed their tone either. Like, yeah, my Wolverine has never gone past tier 12. None of his abilities are T4'd. Like, it has never been okay to take Wolverine to like tier 13 or higher. It has never been that way.
Mine's tier 9.
Yeah. Fuck, man. You can't.
I experimented him a little while after he got his rework, but I realized how garbage he still was. So.
Garbage. Just ass. Like, oh my God. It's incredible that they won't like just fucking say anything. It doesn't fucking matter. It like, so it's kind of impressive to me that people could, like put any kind of faith in this company that's been lying to people for 3 years. Cause that's total bullshit. Like, no way it's okay to invest all your gear into Wolverine. There's no fucking way. It never has been. It's not the character to say that with. They could have picked any other character and I wouldn't be pissed off right now. But they had to go and pick fucking Wolverine. Even if they were saying Hulk, which I think they're going to say too, that's better. It's specifically Wolverine that is a really fucking bad idea to dump all your gear into. And to tell new players that. Like how...
admittedly, Hulk was pretty bad back then, though, too, before he got his rework.
He really was. But at
still
least,
better than Wolverine
at
was.
least it held... At least at some point, they reworked him. He's better. Whatever. Fuck.
It
Wolverine.
can also be used in late game special events, like Asteroid M, to earn shards for Magneto. The same principle applies to unlocking Hulk, though this one takes a little while longer. Hulk shards are only obtainable by beating achievements, and these
Still
require
available.
a little more long-term investment. Tap on
still
that
getting
achievements
him.
icon and you'll see at a glance what you need to do to start working towards the Jade Giant. You'll need 180 shards to add the big guy to your team, which can take a while, but thankfully some
You'll be
achievements
addicted.
offer 10 or 15
Thankfully,
shards.
you'll be addicted to the game, so don't worry about it. You'll get so many Hulk shards. Soon you'll never want to see Hulk shards again. It's fine.
Achievements also roll over as you complete them, requiring higher numbers each time, so they'll never run out and will scale alongside you. Most of the achievement tasks are things you'll be doing anyway.
Scale on.
Logging in
Sorry
for
about
a
the
certain
mic there,
number
that
of
was a little
consecutive
close,
days, equipping gear
I about
items,
spit up my
spending
spleen
gold,
there.
and so on. If you're playing Marvel Strike Force regularly, you're going to get Hulk pretty quickly on its own, but that doesn't mean that you can't speed it up. The game lists achievements in order of the ones you're closest to getting, so check in and see what you can do to boost your progress. With a little dedication, it's possible to...
It's funny. You would think that was dated information too, but Nick was still going on about that last week. He was like, oh, these achievements are great. I'm like, what, dude? Like, who is still getting excited about the achievements? Like, crazy.
unlock a 4-star Hulk within a few weeks.
Rank up characters
And that's how it's
550
done.
times.
Two of the
Achievement
coolest
gives
and
you
toughest Marvel
650 of the
characters of all
Milestone
time, and you
1
can add them-
shards and 30 raid energy.
Yeah, it's
Man, that's
crazy.
a reward right there.
It's crazy. Crazy.
That's the only one I got left open.
to your Strike Force roster just by playing the game. Play every day. Tackle those daily objectives and
Play
achievements,
every
and
day.
before you know it, you're going to be making room on your team for good old Logan and Bruce. Don't forget, we've got lots more videos showing you how to master Marvel Strike Force. Like,
They clearly don't even give a shit. They just want you to download, start playing, get hooked. That's what all these are like the same. It's just like, just fucking start playing, get hooked. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, Wolverine's great. You like Wolverine? Fuck yeah, he's awesome. You like Hulk? Fuck yeah, he's awesome. Whatever, we don't give a shit. Just download and play. I'll level up heroes fast.
welcome back.
You
to
got credit
Marvel
card?
Strike Force 101, helping you to master
You take
all the
Visa
tips
and
and tricks
MasterCard.
needed to assemble your very own squad.
We'll take
of
Discover, who
legendary
gives a
heroes
shit?
And villains. In this video, we're looking at ways to level up your characters and get them into tip-top fighting form as quickly as possible. Are you ready? Let's go. This guy needs some more training. See that number in the
This guy needs so much more than training.
Who's their editor? He says this guy needs more training. They had Iron Man on the screen. Now they switched over to Spider-Man.
Oh my God. Intern. Spider-Man. I think it was past the time of Spider-Man. Spider-Man hasn't been viable since Arena, like first year, mid first year, he had a use in the Arena.
I remember when I first started watching Marvel Strike Force content creators, and Tony Bing used to have him, I think, in like S or God tier Spider-Man. But that was, you know how long ago that was.
A long time ago. And I know people liked him in raids. The Deadpool Spider-Man combo was very good. I'd say the Deadpool Spider-Man combo was good for a while. But then after that stopped being a thing, it was entirely done and stayed done until now.
top
In
right
defense
the
of him,
screen.
though, it was really
That's
rare to have defense down, like a character that could apply it back then. So
Yeah.
that was his one strength, I guess.
And then, Symbiote Spider-Man just destroyed him. You would never use normal Spider-Man when Symbiote Spider-Man is out. So, which now he's a little more farmable, I think. So, I think that's good. Yay.
character's power rating, and it's based on a combination of all their stats and gear. When you first unlock a new character, they start at level 1 and won't have any gear equipped. That's okay though, as you can get to work leveling them up straight away. There are 4 main ways of improving your character's stats, so let's use our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man as an example. The quickest method is to simply train him. This increases a character's base level and
I think that should have said pay to win. They had that written wrong. They had that written as train to win, but
No.
clearly they meant pay to win. I don't know. They messed that up this here. They should pay to win. That's a typo. It's bad editing.
this increases a character's base level and requires gold and training modules, which you can earn in multiple ways, such as daily challenge.
Oh my God. So people are saying now that Symbiote Spider-Man is actually less farmable in the new orb than the old orb. Oh no. But he's good.
Kind of percentage.
I would argue that
Yeah, he still looks good.
I would argue that Symbiote Spider-Man is more useful than Emma right now. Emma's good, but kind of on her way out, whereas Symbiote Spider-Man is still vital for bio nodes on the Doom. You don't need
I still
Emma.
use him in raids every day.
Yeah, you need Symbiote
alongside
Spider-Man.
Kestrel. So
Yeah. Spider-Man and Kestrel is crazy good. Emma is really kind of done. Would I spend silver credits on Symbiote Spider-Man? No, I would only spend silver credits on the stuff on my infographic, which will be whatever infographic I have out. I'm going to update that with every patch. The last silver credits I did, I just put 5 red stars on Kestrel, which is very good. And I'm going to put 5 red stars on Moondragon, who just came in.
Challenges and campaign missions. Check out our video on free daily loot to learn more about stockpiling these useful resources. Once you've got enough gold and modules, on the character profile page just hit the train button and use the slider to choose how many training modules you want to use. The level
I almost feel like them giving this many details for a game like this is like taking advantage of people with like mental weaknesses. Like it's to the point, this is so simple. It's like, are you trying to get like children hooked? Or like I don't understand. It's really weird. And yeah, I had the same when I heard that Life Woos, I thought, yeah, stockpiling, is that hoarding? And Smiles, no, the infographic, I'm just going to update that. As long as the game is as stupid as it is right now, where it's like build 20 characters and win, I'll keep doing an infographic because I feel like the stupid infographic is like, I'm from day one, I don't think I've said anything incredibly smart. It's all just really stupid information that other people aren't saying for whatever reason. Like people are trying to be smart and shit. And I'm just like, no, it's not that smart. Hold your gold, spend 1 million a day. Now gold's not a problem. Only build 20 characters instead of trying to build 100 characters. Ignore war. You know, my advice is very fucking simple. So as long as the game is conducive to that, then I'm making infographics, you know, because everyone else's infographics is like, this guy's A tier and this guy's C tier and this guy's good for this and good. And like, no, the game isn't that complicated, man. It's like 20 characters, build the good ones, ignore the rest of them, try to have fun.
Level cap for your characters is the same as your current player level, and the higher you go, the more training modules and gold you'll need to spend to improve. Spend your gold and modules wisely.
It's like a flywheel, man. The more you go, the harder it gets.
Look at that nice zoom he did there, though. Who's their editor, I wonder?
It's classy.
Starting with the strongest characters
It was you!
most often, especially in the arena. At lower levels, each training level acquired also unlocks access to more gear slots and abilities. You can tap on an ability to see what level the character needs to be at before you can attempt to upgrade it. By default in the roster, the most powerful characters will be displayed at the top. So, how does gear work? Every character has 6 gear slots, and each one will give you improvements to health, armor, focus, or resistance, depending on what item it requires.
Not to be a
Armor
Debbie
is how
Downer,
much
but who
damage
like
a character
approved this video? This is like awful.
It's
This
really
does not make me
bad.
want to play this game. And it's
No,
like,
it's really, these are really dry. It's really weird. I mean, they're getting worse. They're definitely getting worse as we go. And the information gets more like messed up and just kind of, it's like, who are they talking to who can't figure out how the level slider works? I don't know. And we're going to
take us back to
take,
the offer store, damn it.
and we're going to take like hundreds of dollars from this player because that's the goal. The goal is to take $100 or more, like, you know, $1,000 from this player, right? I don't know. I really like to know how much what their goal is for each player. Like, they definitely have an amount in mind that they want each player to spend. Mm-hmm. I mean, more? Is it just more? Do they have a target? But yeah, they want this guy who can't even figure out a fucking level slider to spend money on this game.
Like, that person's responsible enough to even be purchasing this
right?
stuff.
Like, I think the person that needs this kind of help it's fine to do this if the game actually was free to play. If it was entirely free to play, then I would say, oh, this is ethical. Yeah, I want children to play this. I want people who just can't even handle this shit at all to play. That's great. Yeah, children with their parents' credit. It's like, it's not what it worked out to be for them. You know, maybe back 3 years, they thought that children played these games, so they had to make this shit for like children. Like, I could kind of see that. But it's funny that they're still going with that because when they did when Nick Cerebro did his thing where he talked to the new player, they were still talking like they were talking to children. They weren't talking to. You watched some of that? Did you get the sense they were talking to adults or what?
Yes, cognitively challenged. I don't know. It was just pitiful, man. It's like, why are you talking like this? Talk like a human being.
Yeah.
Send her a script if you have to, or whatever, or send whoever is interviewing you a script, the questions you want to ask, because it just sounds so forced. But yeah, we don't need like someone to tell us how to equip gear in a slot. It's pretty self-explanatory with that big glowing green cross up there and all that. And it's so lame, man. I don't know. And this tutorial, like I said, is so dry, man. It's like Tolstoy is directing this thing. I don't get it.
Block before losing health. Lose all their health? Of course, and the character is knocked out. Focus and resistance also work together and impact a character's ability to deliver or receive status effects. When characters clash,
That was like a legit tip.
Mm-hmm.
That might not be intuitive, so that's cool.
That you never get that information in game, so
True.
their focus and resistance scores are compared. The higher the focus, the better the chance an attacker has of imposing a negative effect or removing a positive one. Resistance, as you probably guessed, is the receiving character's ability to resist that attack. If you highlight a gear slot, it will show you the stats benefit you'll get when the slot is filled. At higher tiers, you'll need to craft items from multiple parts to make higher grades.
Except we don't quite know where that screen is, so we are going to click around a little bit while we talk.
Gear. But not to worry. The game will show you where you can find all the pieces. When all 6 gear slots are filled, you can upgrade the character to the next gear tier. You get a double whammy of progress here, as each individual piece of gear gives your character a boost, while upgrading to the next tier gives them an even bigger benefit and boost to your overall power. You can buy gear items from the supplies tab using gold or power cores.
That's kind of funny that they didn't point out that you can't see that boost. Because like they were like very specific. They're like, before you equip gear, you can see the stats that they're going to get. But before you work towards the next tier level, you won't see that. Like, that's weird. Like, why when I'm sitting at like tier 11, why can't I see what would happen at tier 12? I can only see that if I equip all the gear and actually do it. It's like, okay. Like, they're so keen on telling you what each gear piece does, yet not interested at all in telling you what each gear tier does. It's kind of weird. I mean, we have to rely upon like, you know, outside sites like MSF.gg and doing it just to kind of compare it and talking amongst ourselves. But it's kind of weird that they don't display that.
Yeah, this character does assist attacks, but we're not going to give you any information on that in-game.
Yeah,
You
right.
have to go to a third-party site.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that isn't in game that should be. Or, you know, if they would be nice, if they, you know, after 3 years, if they could finally ease up on the API and actually give MSFGG what they need to display everything properly and like pull your roster, that'd be cool.
But you can also earn them from campaign missions. But battles take a while, don't they? If you want to get them quickly and efficiently, you'll want to make use of auto win after you take care of a battle as a 3-star the first time.
All right, there's a good point too. I can't make it through this thing without stopping it. But if your game was good, why would you want to auto? Like, if your game was good, like why do you want to focus on? You can auto win shit and not play the game. Like, guess what, everybody? This game actually takes a long time to play and it's crazy fucking boring, but you can skip it with this auto button. Isn't that cool? Like, what? Like, what do I do then daily? Like, this is where, like, Blitz comes in. Like, you have to be... I mean, for the longest time, Blitz was the game mode. This stuff was all auto, and then what you did every day was Blitz. If you blitzed, and you could skip that, and then what you did was raids, I guess. Crazy.
Whenever you beat
And then
a
you make
mission
teams that
with
can
a
auto
3-star
the raids,
rating,
basically,
which
too,
means
so.
finishing with all 5 heroes on your squad still standing, you get the option to auto win that mission a set number of times each day.
Too big.
At the cost of your campaign energy. The more campaign missions you can ace with 3 stars, the more options you'll have for earning gear quickly. How do you find the gear you need? You'll notice that this empty gear slot
Click the
says
fucking find button? I don't know.
places the missing parts can be found, bought,
That's
or
what
earned,
that's for.
even
Okay.
if they're not available to you yet. From here, you can also quickly auto-win the relevant missions for the chance to get what you need. Some players call this farming. Master this and you'll get your characters up to the higher gear tiers in no time. The higher the tier, the
Some
more
players
specialized
call
the
this
gear items
farming.
become. You can see this in the color of the pattern behind each of your characters in the roster.
Red Star's there. What's he
Green
doing?
is
They're
the
jumping
basic
around
level,
now.
then blue. But even at an early stage, you can start collecting higher tier items from orbs earned through
This
raid
one might have been made
campaigns.
later than the other
By
one.
the time your characters need purple and orange
I don't-
level
it
gear,
doesn't seem
you'll
like it,
find that
though.
You have some useful items already. We're well on our way to creating the optimal strike
Commander has
team
ranked
number,
Yondu to
but
7
there's
stars,
even
it says
more we
down
can do. Watch out for our other video to learn how abilities and star levels can make a big difference. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to
Check out
like
our
and
other
subscribe.
Strike Force guides for more
Why?
tips and tips.
What's coming? I mean, I guess this is the same channel that like Strike Time and all that shit ends up on, which is also, I mean, we could fucking react to those all night too. Those are not winners.
How many views are on that one? I can't see.
abilities. Yeah, I don't know. Let me
To
see.
Marvel Strike Force 101. Where
So
we're
these are
looking at
less
ways
now.
to
This only has
turn heroes and
50,000
villains into
views.
battle-winning
It's still, yeah, it's
superstars.
November.
In this video, we're looking at those
So
awesome
Red Stars are
special
probably
abilities
launched
and
by
how
this
to
time. I
level
think it's
them up
later
and
than the other
dominate
ones.
your opponents. These are the actions and attacks your characters can use in
Videos are
battle,
getting
and
shorter
they're
too.
activated
They're
by
starting to give a
building
shit
up
less.
energy
They're like,
each
we have to
turn
finish
during
this
fights.
project. But
These become available as you train your character.
I like
and
that
raise
pan
their
in,
gear
pan
tier.
out. That's an interesting
Named
zoom. I don't
villains
have
or
that.
heroes like Spidey here have 4 abilities. 3 attack or support
Stop
actions,
repping
and 1
Spider-Man,
passive
goddammit.
ability that provides ongoing assistance.
see, it's funny because they know that people like Spider-Man. Like, they know that people like Spider-Man. And they rep him in the video. But then they don't make him useful in the game. Like, they know, oh, we gotta show Spider-Man because everybody loves Spider-Man. So if we show our game has Spider-Man, people are going to play it. Yet, you know, the game itself, not so much.
Minion characters usually only have 3 abilities. Spider-Man has Agile Attack, Web Slinger, Tangled Web.
You think we'll ever see new minion characters, or are they done with that? It's weird.
I don't know.
Because I think before people got mad, we were going to see more minion characters. And
I
then,
don't mind them, but just put them in like the Blitz store or something if you can make more.
I kind of
You kind
feel
of saturate the red stars though too, so it's kind of I don't know.
yeah,
It's
it's
iffy.
bad. It's you don't want to see more minion characters. I feel like they would
Cap
have.
them at 4 red stars, so
But
like
People
they
hate
come
them.
with it automatically.
Yeah, people hate them so much. I feel like it would be there'd be a lot of outrage if they put in if the next patch was all minions. I think people would get pretty pissed.
And Spidey Sense. Each of these can be leveled up using the ability materials. Like the training modules, these can be purchased from the store or earned from daily challenges, and by taking part in raids with your alliance. Like gear,
Bought with
ability
money?
materials come in 4 varieties. Green are the most basic, blue is the next most powerful, purple are even stronger, and the orange materials are for the very highest level ability upgrades. When you have enough ability materials to upgrade a character's abilities, you'll see a red dot next to the ones you can improve. Each upgrade brings with it a healthy increase in your character's power, but it pays to think tactically about which ones to unlock. Consider who you're likely to team this character up with, and look for abilities that are boosted by being paired with specific heroes and villains. Look at which abilities focus attacks on one enemy, against those which add splash damage to enemies next to them.
What the fuck is this advice? This is getting so weird.
There's a tutorial in the game. Why are they going over it like this?
This is such weird. Look at the abilities. Read them carefully. Upgrade some of them, and whatever. Like what? What's
Didn't they show? There's a guy with a max passive and a max basic on Deadpool there.
Yeah, what?
Just
what
two
is-
better abilities are not touched.
What is the? Yeah, what the fuck is happening here? Just click some random shit. We don't give a fuck. So weird. So weird.
Or deal damage to the entire enemy team. Each character has their own strengths in this regard, and making the right upgrade options will help maximize your team's effectiveness. For example, the classic Defenders lineup has Iron Fist, who can heal the team and deliver lots of damage to a main target. Luke Cage is a tank who can taunt enemies and take a lot of damage, while Jessica Jones is great for boosting team stats, and Daredevil's brawl abilities enable him to strike multiple targets with a barrage of chain blows, or by throwing his baton. Add in the Punisher if you want to up the damage output of your team. His fully loaded special targets all enemies and cuts through their resistance. Or add Spider-Man for additional brawler attacks and stun options. Or even team up with Miss Marvel for regular combat assists each turn. As all of these characters are city heroes, you'll also get even more.
Yeah, and Drax is great. Throw Drax on for fucking reasons. Who knows? Whatever. Add some characters. Make a team. Upgrade some abilities. I don't give a fuck.
More chances for bonus boosts to many of their abilities. Abilities are the core strategy of Marvel Strike Force, and they look really cool. But they're also the key to evolving and improving your teams,
And you
so don't
only
sit
see
on
them
those
once.
ability materials. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our other Marvel Strike Force guides.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't say that enough, so definitely don't forget to like and subscribe here as well, wherever you're watching this. Probably put this on YouTube. This is not offensive, right? We won't get banned for this.
Who knows, man? They probably will.
Banned.
Content has been deemed offensive by
Welcome back
people
to
who
our
make our
ongoing
commercials.
series of Marvel Strike Force tutorial videos.
Oh, this
Don't
should be
worry
good. How
if
to
you've
build the
missed
best
others.
team.
You can find them all right here. If there's one thing
Use the
every
people we
superhero
tell
knows,
you.
it's that all the power in the universe won't help you if you haven't got a strong team behind you.
Oh, you're gonna
Now
wanna
that
put
you know
Wolverine on the
basics of
team.
the game, we're going to kick it into a higher gear and look at how to assemble the strongest squads. To understand how to put together the best character combinations, let's look at their traits. These are the identifiers that help to explain the origins, skills, and affiliations of each character, and are essential to finding the best team synergy. At their most basic, a character will be a hero or villain. If they're a member of a famous group, such as the X-Men, Hydra, or Guardians of the Galaxy, that will also be noted as a trait. Long-term comic book allies
Sometimes.
often unlock useful assists and abilities for one another. For example, Captain America's passive assemble ability grants him additional health and block chances based on how many Avengers allies he's fighting alongside. Another trait worth understanding is a character's origin. This is based on how they got their powers and falls into one of 5 categories: tech, bio, mystic,
It's supposed to be a
skill,
relatively new
and
one because
mutant.
the tag
You
there
can
was
apply a
wave
stat
1.
boost across all characters sharing an origin through the Stark Tech option on your Alliance page. Not sure how to do that? Check out our previous video on how to level up characters for more info. There are also 5 character classes.
Did they just say check another video for the Stark Tech news? Because that's the first time they ever showed that shit. They glossed right the fuck over that. I don't even know what that... I mean, you know, you do kind of forget that Stark Tech's even a thing after a while.
If you max it, you never look at it again.
It takes a while to max from what I understand as well, and it's a huge bonus.
Yeah, 25%, right? At the
Yeah.
level for everything. So
Yeah, it's big. It's a big time veteran bonus that like new players won't get access to for like fucking ever, and hasn't received any kind of buff to how much currency you get or anything like that. It's really weird.
Classes
That would
in
be cool,
Strikeforce,
Dragon.
and these are
See if,
listed under a character's
they
trait.
put him on, makes him and one of the 4 horsemen. That's awesome. They have to bring Archangel in the game though, make that happen.
Ah, yes.
Too. While it's fun to simply put your favorite characters together, paying attention to the mixture of class types on your team will make for a more effective fighting force.
Well,
Yes,
really?
that means you have to use strategy. Here's how each class works. Blasters, such as the Punisher and Iron Man, deliver high damage to both individuals.
Oh, when the fuck have you ever done? This isn't a thing. This has never happened. I've never taken a team and been like, oh, I need to have a blaster and I need to have a protector and I need to... I've never been able to do that. It's not how you make teams. Never have. That's how you used
Other
to
games
make...
are like that, but not this game.
Other games are like that, 100%. Like Marvel Avengers Alliance was absolutely like that. You wanted to have a mix of classes. It mattered which class. Because the thing that this game is missing is that in other games, they'll have like a paper, rock, scissors mechanic. Where like brawlers are good versus protectors, or blasters are good versus, there'll be like a thing. In this game, you just put the fucking characters together that go together and slam them against the other characters, and there's not. This is crazy, just totally wrong, which is weird because they made the fucking game. This isn't a content creator getting it wrong. This is the people who actually made the game. They don't seem to know how to fucking play the game.
Individual and multiple enemies, but tend to have low armor or health. That's why you'll need protectors, like Captain America and Luke Cage.
Unless you don't.
These heroes can taunt enemies to draw their attention away from more fragile allies, and will help to boost defenses across your team. They're the real meat shields, or tanks, of the Marvel Universe. While protectors
Did you just say meat shield? Are you allowed to say meat shield? I think we should demonetize this guy. That sounded kind of fucked up. That's fucking wrong right there.
giving them cover, brawlers like Wolverine and Spider-Man are ideal for delivering serious damage up close and can often chain their
Wolverine and
attacks,
Spider-Man
continuing
are
to
ideal
attack
for
secondary
nothing.
enemies after their primary target for extra impact. Remember that position matters here, as a chain attack usually travels in one direction and
Position matters. This guy is definitely veering into some more adult territory than others.
Meat shield and position matters,
Interesting.
you want to hit as many characters down the line as possible. Characters like Daredevil can potentially chain 4 to 5 characters down the line, but a gap in the enemy lineup will break that chain. Controllers have abilities that will make life harder for the
useful,
enemy
actually.
and support the heavier hitters. This is
What was that?
That was actually useful info right there, because maybe a new player would not know that a chain attack, if there's a gap between the characters, that it might not chain.
Hey,
That's actually something good.
a tip snuck in. Look at that. They are capable of providing that information. That is actually good.
where you'll find characters like Ant-Man and Hawkeye, who can slow down, stun, and blind enemies, reducing their potency as a threat.
Oh,
Finally,
Ant-Man.
don't underestimate the support class. Groot and Doctor Strange belong to this category and are essential for healing your entire team during battle, as well as granting positive status effects and reviving fallen comrades. So even though you might think a team made up only of heavyweight protectors like Hulk and Thanos would be unstoppable,
No one has ever thought that. No one who has played the game has ever thought that. No one has ever been like, let me put down all the beefy boys and see what happens. No. Oh, you did Wolf Dragon?
We used to troll people in WoW and Arena. Me and a buddy, we played Blood Death Knights. That was totally troll. It's just 2 tanks in arena. You never kill them, but
I guess in the beginning you can do whatever you want to do. Just goes to show. Not
it's
anymore.
true.
The lack of
Crew's
balance
essential, I know.
actually makes them
Huge
easy
heals,
pickings
too,
for
of
a
those
more
guys.
varied enemy squad. Just choosing your 5 strongest on the roster might not cut it. Always take the time to ensure you have a combination of class traits that will complement each other in the field. Balance is the key. You'll know you have a strong squad when putting them together unlocks synergies. This is when a character's abilities offer helpful effects for their teammates based on shared traits. You can see how many synergies your chosen squad has from the number on each character on the selection screen. The higher the number, the more synergies they have with their current teammates. To explain this in detail, let's look at one of Strikeforce's most useful team lineups, the Defenders. Luke Cage is a protector, Jessica Jones is a controller, while Iron Fist and Daredevil are both brawlers. That's already a pretty strong class combo, but their team affiliation increases their powers dramatically. Luke Cage's Unbreakable ability increases not only his own defense,
Just like gibberish. Brawler, you got 2 brawlers and that's great. Then you got a protector. No one has ever talked about the game this way in like the history of the game. Like, I got so many brawlers.
He didn't need to say anything about the heals from Iron Fist. Ugh.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
Normally that'd be an awful lineup.
use the team that you're made to work together and win.
And they
also
show like
his
the one
defender
team that had
allies.
tons of synergy.
Daredevil
back then.
gains extra speed
Other than
and
Kree,
chances
I mean,
to
what
dodge
else was
attacks
there
for each
until-
defender he's teamed with. Jessica Jones
true,
grants
Defenders was the
resistance
one
to
that had
negative
all the
status
stuff.
effects to her
They're
defender
good because
friends
they're good.
and also grants extra energy to them. You'll notice that there are only 4 defenders, which leaves a 5th slot still empty. Many of the defenders' traits are carried over to the other city-based heroes, so teaming them up
Was actually a good design. It was actually interesting that you had a 5th rotating slot that you could put a different character into and have different utility from. Either, Miss Marvel or Punisher. Was there, or Spider-Man. Spider-Man was viable too. It wasn't
That's
the best
good design.
Yeah. So that's a good design where you could actually, have some player agency. And we don't got that no more.
with Spider-Man, the Punisher, or Ms. Marvel will add even more synergy, as well as tilting the team in different strategic directions. Ms. Marvel, for instance, is a brawler, but many of her synergies make her a pretty effective support character too. Her fangirl ability means she can assist other hero brawler characters, delivering bonus damage. And with 2 hero brawlers on the Defenders team already, that makes for a lot of extra help each round. It's also essential to pay attention to each character's passive abilities. You'll notice that our Defenders team doesn't have a healer, but that's okay because Iron Fist's Son of Kunlun ability...
We just gave him fucking heal abilities.
Any city hero allies and other
was pretty
defenders at the
ridiculous
start
back
of
then.
each turn.
Yeah, he's a
Pretty
brawler,
handy.
but fuck it,
So
he's
you can
also a
see how
support.
using traits to combine existing
Classes
team
don't matter.
loyalties, different class strengths, and leveled up abilities can result in a team that offers far more than the basic attack options each turn. You can also build a powerful team by using synergies between smaller groups of characters. Groot dramatically boosts Rocket's maximum damage attack, for example. Scarlet
This
Witch
is
will
weird. They're
always
still rocking this concept. Cerebro just said this last week in his video. He was like, and we have duos. I'm like, the fuck you do? Like,
No, other than Longshot and Sarashar, what other duos are you really talking about in this game?
yeah, there's no fucking duos. There's no fucking, what are you talking about? I mean, there's some old useless ones, Vision and Scarlet Witch, but that's not a thing. You know?
Ant-Man and Wasp. I mean, come on. I mean, I guess you could say
Sure.
Gamora and Nebula, but that's more of a quattro. You know?
Yeah, it's not really a thing. It's just fucking weird that they've been repping this and they keep doing it. They definitely have talking points that have nothing to do with how the game is played that they are still rocking to this day, which is very interesting.
give a defense boost to Vision when paired together.
Like, if you're wondering why the fuck I'm even watching this, it's kind of just to learn about where the fuck they're coming from. I was fascinated that Cerebro Nick, whatever, was out and just saying these like fucking crazy things. And I'm like, did he make it up? Are they putting it in his head? You know, where does this shit come from? And so watching this is actually kind of helping me parse it out. I'm like, oh, this has been the fucking talking points for 3 fucking years. Because I would never watch this shit. But watching it now, some of this shit is still what they're saying. And you can kind of see it in what they talk about. This is like the internal talking points. And this is what the people there think. When they think about their game, this is how they package it up for themselves. It's not the truth at all, but it is what, it's what they think about it. So it's fascinating to know.
When leveling up abilities, always check and see if the effect is amplified by other characters. These techniques don't just apply to the big name characters either. You'll be amazed at just how tough the Strike Force minion characters can be when paired with the right heroes and villains.
Like Ravagers.
Put Fury at the head of a high-level squad made up of Shield's medic, operative, assault, and trooper minions, and you've got a nightmare lineup for opponents to break through. By cycling...
Oh, yeah,
So what?
awful.
Yeah. Oh my God. So what happens to the minions now? So now Fury is going to Secret Avengers. Now what happens to all the minions that you were building up for fucking reasons? Like, it's weird. What, Coulson and minions now? I don't know. Fucking weird how they abandoned shit.
Probably give like another piece of text to Kestrel to make her even stronger. She'd be the leader of Shield now. Or
Yeah,
something.
she can be the leader of the fucking, who knows? So crazy.
Through stealth, healing, and taunting, it's hard for enemies to focus on any one of these characters long enough to do lasting damage before their health is restored. The same is true of Kingpin and other villain characters, for instance, while putting the Winter Soldier at the head of a Hydra minion squad also delivers an impressive boost. Don't underestimate those nameless characters.
No,
When used
that's
well-
never happened. That's never happened. That's entirely false. It's a 5% to crit. That's all Winter Soldier does with other Hydra, is give a plus 5% to crit, and that has never been worth anything. Fucking lies. Oh my God. Winter Soldier has Winter Soldier ever been meta? He's been shit from like day one. Like, it's never happened. It's so weird that they would bring up
He's
Winter
always on the
Soldier.
bottom of the list. Always.
You never have, you don't, they could talk about whoever they want, but they decided to bring up Winter Soldier and Hydra minions, which literally no one has ever done. No one has ever done Hydra. You know who might have done it? Is Whale Alliances, Kraken, top 5 alliances who wanted to beat like the Deadpool raid. Because the Deadpool raid at the very end, like 3 years ago, had Hydra nodes before Red Skull. Actually had, the boss was Hydra. Had a node restriction of Hydra. So maybe you would need to use this team. But short of that, like nobody would use this. So crazy.
well, they can have a big impact. But how do you know who to team up together? Those with some basic Marvel knowledge can infer some, but if you don't know, the answers are all laid out in front of you.
Those of the basic Marvel knowledge might be entirely wrong because this doesn't always mesh with the Marvel universe. So that'd be interesting. You could just assume that Spider-Man could fit in with the Avengers, but you'd be wrong.
Quite
If you want to see
wrong.
how many characters you have that share specific traits, use this tab on the roster screen to filter the results. This is a great way of seeing which low-level characters you can level up to plug gaps in your squad. When you found a squad combination that really works for you, don't forget you can save up to 15 character lineups for easy access later. The more effective and high-powered squads you have banked, the quicker you can maximize your progress through modes such as Blitz and Alliance raids. And that's how you assemble the best squads. Pay attention to character traits, experiment with synergies, and plan your ability upgrades with future team-ups in mind. Stick with this plan and you'll be dominating the battle in no time. We hope this video has helped you build a better
If no
Strike
time
Force
is
team.
like the
Don't
years
forget
that it
check out
takes
our
to
other
reach the
channel
end game, I
videos and
suppose.
Like and subscribe so you never miss another. See you next time.
Well, you can do it in no time. You just got to break out the wallet.
There is that. It's the secret tip. That's the real secret tip. That microtransaction, that
They are dancing
macrotransaction.
all over. They haven't mentioned the store once.
No, they would never will.
Your community manager, and today I'm guiding you through the power.
Oh, now we're finally introduced to Nick. So when does this happen? So we made it through our basic tutorial, and then this is somehow the last one on the playlist. And this just happened in September 28th of 2020. Only has 50,000 views. He's going to talk to us about ISO 8. Might as well finish out the playlist with this. Before we do that, though, what did you think of that beginner's guide? That really early look into the mentality of the developers and marketing team.
At least the first video made it look kind of fun, I guess. He had all the cinematics going on, and the announcer sounded like he actually wanted to be there. So I can actually see that being, as cheesy as it was, a decent first video. But everything after that, man, it's like reading the dictionary. Man, it's just awful.
It's
How
pretty
you,
rough.
you make it look boring. It just
Yeah.
looks boring, and not only that, it sounds condescending because they're treating you like an idiot. It's like, okay, this button's gonna be lighting up, so make sure to hit it. It's like, you don't need to hold our hands. The tutorial is in the game. It's just why make it look fun? Show battles. You're gonna crush Magneto with your amazing shield team or something like that. But no, the guy's like, and here you're going to power up your abilities to become stronger. Ben Stein,
this
you know.
This is
No.
this is a good note. They're just preparing you for the real game, which is actually pretty boring. Get into it. I couldn't believe the amount of like lies that they were telling. There was at least 3 solid lies that were just bold. I think it was dump all your gear into Wolverine. It's fine. And that's the one that sticks with me. That one's pretty awful. And the thing about how like classes matter when you go to build teams, that's never been a thing. That was interesting. Just weird. All right, let's see if any lies are told about ISO 8. I know they were so proud of it. I mean, I think everybody likes ISO 8. It was play tested enough and they listened to people enough that it came off good. So I don't know if this is going to spur a lot of hatred, but it's only 5
Powerful
minutes.
feature,
So let's go.
ISO 8. Whether you're a methodical tinkerer of teams or prefer a more casual approach to your roster, ISO 8 is a versatile way to add an extra dimension to your characters. Simply put, ISO 8 is a progression system, somewhat similar to Gear, that allows you, for the first time ever, to customize your characters. Outfitting your characters with ISO 8 will add additional power, boost the capabilities of your current characters, grant new abilities, create new team possibilities, and allow you to...
I feel like he was so happy to talk about this because he knew it was good. He's like, people are going to like this. I can hear it in his voice. He just sounds happier. It's good. It was good.
Well, it's good to push something, you know, that who could possibly have like distaste for it, right? It's all
It's good. It's fine.
free player friendly too, and it just helps your game along, and there's nothing could be really bad about it.
Yeah, until they make it required that you have ISO level 5.
They fix that.
You know what pisses me off the most is how they've gotten rid of one of the, and I think they're probably going to cover it during this. Let's see if they cover it. I'll cover it when they cover it. But there's one part about Blue ISO that really pisses me off. I'm curious if they bring up the thing in Green ISO that doesn't exist with Blue ISO.
to customize characters based on your playstyle. The basic ISO 8 experience is as follows. You acquire ISO 8 crystals, equip your crystals to its designated attribute, unlock and choose your class, then customize your squads using ISO 8 boosted characters. You slot the ISO 8 crystals into Scientist Supreme's latest invention, the ISO 8 Matrix, which increases the power of one of 5 designated core attributes: health, damage, armor, resist, or focus. These crystals are also attuned to one of the 5 traits: Blaster, Brawler, Controller, Protector, and Support. Work your way through the Isotope 8 campaign to acquire the necessary crystals for each character trait. Equipped crystals allow access to powerful new classes. After you've acquired the ISO 8 crystal of your desired attribute, it's time to equip them. Each type of ISO 8 crystal can be equipped into one of 5 slots in the ISO 8 matrix. If you have enough ISO 8 crystals of a lower level, you can fuse them to create a higher level of ISO 8 crystal.
Editing's kind of off the hook here, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
They've really upped their game on this. They actually have the right pictures showing and shit. That's pretty impressive. It actually relates to the shit that he's talking about. I gotta give him props. This is a mile better than the shit we were watching before, so that's pretty cool.
God.
Once you've equipped all of your crystals into the matrix, you can unlock a powerful new class. And classes are where your theory crafting and customization comes alive. There are 5 classes: Striker, Fortifier, Healer, Skirmisher, and Raider. We'll go over each in just a moment.
Dramatic pause
To
for
assign a
Raider.
class to a character, tap the center of the ISO 8 matrix to view your options. Once you've viewed a class and decided which one to equip, select the
Not
class
Fortifier.
and have your character empowered with our new abilities. You can switch between unlocked classes for free at any time, so don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay, little weaselly there. Watch it, Nick. You can switch between classes at any time at level 1, but you lose all your progress if you went to like level 2. So little weaselly to say that that's for free without any explanation, or at least a qualifier that at level 1 it's free.
Find the right class that fits best for your characters, and the best combination of classes for each team. Just like abilities, classes can also be upgraded. Classes require all ISO 8 crystals to be at the next level.
It's free, boys!
So, for example, to upgrade a class from level 1 to level 2, all ISO 8 crystals that are equipped must be at least level 2. Upgrading classes cost basic ions, which are found in campaign nodes, in the basic ion orb, and in your daily objectives. But the true power of ISO 8 lies in each individual class and their effects. Classes introduce these gameplay elements: active healing, minor effects, ISO bonus attacks, and vulnerable.
Okay, active healing I get. What is minor effects? And why is that a bullet point? Bonus attacks and vulnerable I get. Is minor effects referring to fortifier because it's so fucking useless that the only thing we can call it is minor effects?
I don't know.
Bonus
he
attacks
mentioned like the stat boost is probably the most important thing about it. But
yeah, bonus attacks is striker. Vulnerable is raider and skirmisher. Active healing is healer. Minor effects is fortifier. So
maybe minor regeneration. I think the first couple levels of ISO healer is like just minor regen, though. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
True. And they're saying about new gameplay elements. So fortifier is just barrier, which is not a new gameplay element. It's a really shitty class, by the way. Have you ever put fortifier on anybody?
Well, on Minerva, I gotta admit, I do have it on Minerva.
Okay.
Because she would get just
like
one shot a lot of times, and
yeah, that's what you use it to mitigate like bad RNG.
But she's the only one.
I would say fortifier is, and for Minerva, I would say most are putting healer on her. I get fortifier, but fuck, man, fortifier. Worst class, useless. And they didn't improve it all with Blue ISO either. They didn't even take the opportunity to kind of fix fortifier, which is weird. It's fucking weird. So yeah, it's weird that they don't even get to, like, how come nobody noticed that fortifier was broken before they put it down? Yeah, fortifier doesn't do a secondary thing. It should do like it should have some minor effects that go with it. And it just doesn't.
Dropping barrier on other characters, like a Master Longshot thing,
Yeah, protector, protect somebody. I don't know. Fucking weird. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people, I see some people in the chat like, it's useful here and there. I'm like, yeah, everything's useful everywhere at certain times situationally. But overall, fortifier is fucking hot, horrible fucking trash.
Active healing will increase all non-regeneration healing done by a character. Minor effects.
No. Please go more into what fucking active healing is, because we're all still confused. Like, they've had to release like multiple statements about what active and passive healing is. Like, why can't we get like an in-game notifier? That one just pisses me off. All right, so minor effects.
Here we go. Yeah.
Operate at 50% reduced strength. What the fuck? What is he even talking about?
Operate at 50% reduced strength.
Oh, okay. Minor effects. That's minor regeneration. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, okay. All right. So it's a new operator. So anything could be minor. Minor defense up. Minor. These things don't exist. But because they put the word minor into the code, so minor healing, it's 50% of a heal. So a minor offense up would be 50% of whatever the offense up buff is. Is so something
25% boost or something.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? All right, so minor. Jesus Christ, that's a really weird one to throw in there.
An ISO bonus attack is a new attack from a character that is based on their basic attack. And one of the most important new effects is vulnerable. When a character is inflicted with vulnerable, incoming damage is increased by 10%. And yes, this is additive with defense down. The classes interact with vulnerable in different ways.
But it doesn't stack, so that would be something to point out, but we didn't. Like that 10%. If you have 3 stacks of vulnerable, it's still just 10%. But whatever.
So keep that in mind when selecting a class. Here's a rundown of each class and their effects. Strikers enhance attacks and gain an extra attack on vulnerable enemies. Want to turn up the volume on Black Bolt's attacks? Equip the Striker class to add that extra oomph to the King of Atalan.
At least he's got the class right. That's what you want for him.
Oh. Barrier. Bolster characters with Fortify that regularly find themselves the target of heavy enemy fire.
You see, that's what they intended for it to be, but no one uses it that way because it's not enough. Fortifier on Rocket won't be enough. His health pool isn't big enough to give him enough barrier to withstand this right here, this fucking Captain Marvel blast or whatever the fuck hits him. It's still killing him even with Fortifier. I think the best use of Fortifier are characters that get extra turns, like the symbiotes are probably still the best team for Fortifier because they get extra turns so they can like stack that barrier really fast.
Yep.
And like Minerva, I guess when she's healing and getting more turn bar, she could stack up that Fortifier too. But man, Rocket, no, not gonna help you.
Or the target of Captain Marvel's ire. Healers heal a low health ally each turn. You can now add the benefits of a healer to your team without sacrificing a spot in your squad. Skirmishers create openings by applying vulnerable to enemies. Set the table with a skirmisher and let classes like Striker feast on the battlefield.
That's a really weird way to say that.
Last but not least are Raiders. This class can critically hit more frequently and can apply vulnerable. Add extra power and fury to your crit characters. You now have the tools to transform your roster with the power of ISO 8. All that's left is to join Scientist Supreme in the lab and start your own experiments. There are
also a weird thing to say. All right, I think we've heard about enough of that. He didn't cover, I mean, he kind of briefly said the thing that was interesting to me. And let me just kind of scrub through here for a second. I don't think he says anything else. Does he say it over here?
Thanks for watching and good.
No, just thanks for watching. Let me see, because I think it was back over here. At least get this screen up. Or maybe I can just get into my account and show it. That might be easier. Let me get out of this and get back over here to the gameplay, because one thing I wanted to point out about this, and I don't know if you've seen it, maybe you can help me talk about it. But if I have, I think I need to go to a character that I don't. Find someone who's like at ISO level. All right, maybe Blob is one I can show. If you have a ISO crystal that's of a higher level than the crystal that you have on a character, and you equip it, you get the one that is on the character back. Do you know what I'm saying? Remember that? Remember that? So I'll just use this as an example. So if I'm here on Crossbones or whatever character it is, and I have a level 4 or 5 crystal that I can put in the spot, I will get the level 3 crystal back into my inventory. And you can't do that with blue ISO. There's no, I mean, maybe there will be a way later on, but that kind of outrages me because it doesn't incentivize these orbs. Like, that was a good feature of ISO. It's something that playtesters requested and that wasn't there to begin with. But it's very important because it gives you some player agency, and that's what players like. Because you can pull a level 5 crystal out of one of these. It's very rare. It's not going to happen very often. But if you do, and you drop it on a character that has like a level 3 already that you paid to get, now it doesn't destroy the value of it, if that makes sense. And that's a very good feature that we don't have in blue. There's nothing like that. Of course, they don't have premium blue orbs. Maybe when they do have premium blue orbs, that will be more of a thing. But all we have is very shitty implementation right here that everybody hates. And it sucks. And yeah, if you do pull one of these, like you wouldn't want to buy these because all you can get is level 1. Like, the good thing is to pull level 2s or higher out of these, and then you actually get your crystals back to use on another character. That's like a good thing. That is no longer a thing. All right, Genome. Everybody here in the chat, Gravediggers, you can trust us. Hail Genome.
I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the babbling king composing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Strong, but you needed proof. Saw bathing on the roof, the beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throne. She cut your hair.